Lights, cameras, action, go! Hey Olive, what? It's tea time. Everybody tuning in like it's prime time. Let's listen, conversation, engage, participation about issues, dates, and events. I guarantee you this is time well spent. Success, business, relationships, discussion over tea. Go ahead and take a sip. All around the world, it's tea time with Olive. Let's have a good time. Just watch, listen. Tea time with Olive is what you've been missing. All around the world, it's tea time with Olive. Let's have a good time. Just watch, listen. Tea time with Olive is what you've been missing. Tea time with Olive. 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 Tea time with Olive.
Hey, welcome to Tea Time with Olive. And it's the first time I'm actually going live on Facebook on the same time, but we're here with PTV1, and it is a YouTube channel, but it's getting popular. You know, a lot of people are watching it, so I'm happy. I got a really good turnout. A lot of people are contacting me. They want to come to the show, which is excitement. So welcome to Tea Time with Olive. I'm still here drinking my tea and having my show. And hello to my Facebook friends, and welcome to my show. We are having Dr. Raj Solomon. We're going to, Dr. Raj Solomon is a council member in Fremont, and Fremont is my passion. Fremont is the city that I grow into. I love Fremont. If you're my viewers that are watching my show, you know what I'm talking about when it comes to Fremont. So I got excited. I contacted Dr. Raj Solomon. I said, you know, I would like to have you on my show. One, because I want to talk more about the growth of Fremont. Fremont has been growing really nice and smoothly. And it's a city that we're having a lot of people coming towards Fremont because of the education. Great city to start any kind of businesses. And I should say over 30 years that I've been in and out of Fremont, there's so many changes that has in Fremont. Fremont has done a lot for me. Growing up, I was probably around 13 years old when I came to Fremont, and a lot happened in my life. I'm not allowed to share so much, but there was a lot of choices that was made for me. My family had to make a lot of choices that was not pretty cool choices, I should say. But it was really difficult time. It was because we had different cultures coming to U.S. My mother was a single mom, and so it was really crazy for me. So they made some choices that wasn't very fair to me. But growing up in Fremont, a lot of people in Fremont helped me quite a bit. I'm going to mention some names. If any of you know, give them my love. I have Mr. Paul Miller. That was my first mentor. When I started high school in Fremont, I was going to Kennedy High School, believe it or not. I was in Kennedy High. I was in my best friend, Ashmat Ansari. Hey, we're still friends, and he's the one actually has Pamir Travel, and he's very successful with his business. But Paul Miller was actually the first man that I met that helped me so much. He started me with school. He guided me to finish school. And I was in Fremont, I should say, until my mid-20s. I went to school there. I went to Loney College. I finished high school. I went to Loney College. And my first major was actually child development. And I started working. My first job was at Kirengo, which was a very popular daycare. And Dr. Raj Solomon, that's our guest tonight, he's also, I think, a council member or a part of their board member. I'm not sure, but he is part of their program at Kirengo. But anyways, so I went to Kerengo, and then at Kerengo I met a lot of wonderful people that they took me under their wings and they helped me out in so many different ways. I had Kate Brightsman, if anybody remembers. I had Mahbub Etimadi. I had Fauzia Shafaq. I had Zora Waziri. These are all the people that actually helped me. I was so young. I finished school and I came to work. During the time that I was going, I had a life, I had family. It was very complicated. I had a lot was going on in my life. So these people really took me under their wings, and they taught me a lot, and I loved Fremont from those days, because I was lost, I was young, I was confused. So Fremont has grown a lot. It has wonderful people. I love the mayor. Bill Harrison is amazing. He's done so much wonderful stuff for the community. And one of the messages that I have for the community, for Fremont, for my community, for Persians and for Afghans, that they need to be more involved with the city. There's a lot happening in the city that sometimes when I go to these meetings, unfortunately, the city has all kind of meetings for the community, to hear the community's voice, to hear if they want any changes. If anything, I don't see a lot of our community being involved. It's unfortunate. I advise you to be more involved in the city, and let your voice be heard. I mean, Fremont is a beautiful city. It has grown. We have Whole Foods now. I just recently passed by our BART station, the new BART station. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. I literally thought that I was passing by a building in Dubai or something. All glass, beautiful, a lot of beautiful restaurants around it. It's going to be really nice BART station. And lately I'm getting, I'm all about wine. So lately I'm getting a lot of invitation to all these wine events that Fremont's putting together. And there's a lot of community activities that's happening in Fremont. Just a couple of weeks ago, I went to Mission Peak because a lot of people have Mission Peak on their bucket list. So I actually went to Mission Peak. It took me 3.5 hours to get up there, but there was like hundreds and hundreds of people that were going up and down that day. And this happens on regular daily basis, that people come from all over just to go to Mission Peak. We have beautiful parks. We have Lake Elizabeth. That's the reason that I like Fremont so much, and I see how much it's growing. We have an amazing Indian community that's in Fremont. We have Afghans, of course. There's a part of Fremont Boulevard actually that's called Little Kabul, which we have a restaurant that's very popular. It's called Day Afghanan. That's supposedly has the best shish kebab. And we have, of course, my friend's restaurant, Pamir Travel, that, he's very successful. A bunch of businesses, restaurants, shops, that's right on that part of Fremont. That's why it's called Little Kabul. But my favorite two restaurants and lounges, I should say, that I grow up in there too. My fun hanging out place is Massimo's. Hi, Billy. Massimo's is one of my favorite places in Fremont. And then I have Saki. Hey, Saki. The Saki's in Spinny Yarn. It's also in Fremont, two popular Italian restaurants that are there. Most of the meetings, most of events, big events that happens in Fremont are in these two locations. So I do hang out a lot of times in these two locations. And I mentioned about going to the school in Fremont, but not only going to school in Fremont, I found myself during the years, I should say. I did finish child development, and I loved working with children. I loved working with the families, but I realized in my mid-20s that that's not really who I was, and that's not something I wanted to continue doing. So what I did, I actually I put a hold on it, and I went kind of during the time that I was actually with sorry. We're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to on a quick commercial. It's not actually a commercial. We're gonna go on a clip about city of Fremont. We're gonna go on a clip for the city of Fremont because I want you guys to see and know more about Fremont, how Fremont is going. We have Tesla. We have. I wanted you guys to see this clip about Fremont. Then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna bring Dr. Raj Sullivan to the show. So we're gonna go quickly. We're gonna go on this break. And then hopefully Kwana is going to put this clip right now. And as soon as she does that, then we're going to go ahead and bring Dr. Raj Sullivan to the show. I think just about now. And this is what it is when you're live. There's some technical issues that happens. All right, so here we go again. We're back. We're back on, and we have Dr. Raj that joined us. Welcome, Dr. Raj. Here we go. I usually do this.
Okay,
We're gonna
cheers.
say, yeah, cheers. Welcome to Tea Time with Olive. So here we are with Dr. Raj, and the traffic was bad. I know.
Yes, it's the story of our life now in the Bay Area. You know,
Right,
traffic's getting worse and
exactly.
worse. But it's a good problem because that means the economy's hot.
Right,
Yeah.
that is so true.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. amazing. We're gonna learn more about Dr. Raj Solomon. So you've been in Fremont most of your life, because I've seen you most of my life in
Yeah,
Fremont.
that's right. Yeah, I grew up in Fremont, went
Right.
to our great public schools, and
Right.
yeah, became a professional, came back, and
Right,
here I am.
right.
Yeah.
And you and Bill Harrison together, I see most of activities, both of you being involved. And there's a good group of people actually that are together in Fremont that doing amazing job. That's why Fremont is really, I think, the hub place to live, because it's really cool and safe, and the schools are awesome. A lot of neat things are happening.
Yeah, I think it's a good time for Fremont. There are a lot of good things happening. It requires a lot of dedicated, sustained work by a lot
Right.
of people.
Right.
And so, yeah, I agree. The mayor, Bill Harrison, has done a great job. It's a part-time position, but he's doing full-time work. And I try to do
Right.
the same too. If somebody wants to
Right.
see me, I meet with them. Somebody has a question, I take care of it. If they have a
Right.
problem, I try to help them.
Amazing
Yeah.
teamwork you guys have.
Yeah.
When I go to city, and everybody's, I think a lot of people are part-time, but everybody's full-time.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's a part-time position, but there's so many expectations. We have
Right.
such a large community. Everybody
Right.
wants you to be part of their events.
Exactly.
And so we really try hard to, just get out there and do what we can.
Exactly. So what are
Yeah.
you running for right now?
So right now I'm running for Alameda County Democratic Central Committee.
Okay.
For the 25th Assembly District.
Oh, okay.
And basically these are Democrats in Alameda County that, endorse candidates that take positions on things.
Right.
So, I've been a lifelong Democrat,
Mm-hmm.
my whole life. My family started with nothing. And so I feel very fortunate to be in this country. And,
Mm-hmm. Right.
Fremont's been great to us. And so I feel.
And you have amazing parents.
I agree. Thank you. Yeah. They're wonderful, very
Right.
humble people. And,
Right, right,
just taught me
right.
the value of hard work and giving back.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And so what do you do? A lot of our viewers don't know what do you do during the day. They see
So
you
my day-
walking around in Fremont.
Yeah. So my day job, I'm a veterinarian.
Right.
So I take care of dogs and cats and rabbits and birds and all of those critters.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're right on Fremont Boulevard.
Yeah, right on Fremont Boulevard near Thornton, right in central Fremont.
Central
Yes.
Fremont. So tell us about the BART station. What's going on with the BART station?
Yeah, so Fremont has a second BART station. So the good news is that everything is done.
Okay.
But the biggest challenge they're having is there's some testing issues.
Mm-hmm.
So they're testing the line and there's some glitches. So nobody wants to give a date now because everybody's scared.
Right,
Like you
right.
don't want to give a date and it ends up being
Right.
later. So
Right.
I think it'll probably be fall.
Right.
But
right.
again, it's not guaranteed.
Yeah, no guarantees.
It should have been open end of last year.
Right.
Yeah.
I passed by it yesterday. I passed by it on purpose because I wanted to. It wasn't my direction. I do go a lot to Spinny Yarn. I hang
Oh,
out
yeah.
with my friends there.
Great place. Great place.
And Saki's awesome.
Saki's a great guy.
Not to
Love
get
him.
Billy mad from Massimo's. I hang out there too. But I passed by there because I wanted to check out the new BART station. It literally looks beautiful.
Yeah.
It looked like it was a building from Dubai or something. I'm like,
That's
people
right.
need to come and just look at this building.
Yeah, that's the most modern BART station we have now.
Right.
There's a thing, one of my colleagues says that all the BART stations look like those Soviet
Right.
buildings.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the old Soviet buildings. You're
Yeah.
right. But this one looks very,
Very modern.
nice.
It's got a lot of glass
Yes.
and
a lot of glass. Yeah.
art and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just parked there and I just like, I don't know. I just liked it. I
No,
said,
we're- We're lucky, and Saki's going to be happy too because we're bringing a lot more business to him.
I
too.
know. Saki, we're talking about you.
Hopefully, he's watching. Yeah.
He's probably watching.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more stuff happening in Fremont. Is there any event coming up that's for you or?
The only thing I can think of is July 4th parade. So that's a big
Okay.
one in Fremont. So that, we have an all volunteer driven parade. So we'll love everybody to come. You should come as well and invite other people there.
And I will.
Yes. Good.
And
Yeah.
I know that you posted something about the registration vote, how there was boxes that in Fremont
yes.
about.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yes, so a lot of times people don't realize if you have to put stamps or is it one stamp or two stamp or
Right,
no
right.
stamp. And so a lot of times people mail these ballots and they don't end up anywhere.
Right.
And so we want to make sure that, everybody votes,
Right.
especially in the immigrant community. They don't tend to
Right.
vote in large
Right.
number. And so it's very important that people get involved in their local civic affairs. And, as they say, you have to have a seat at the table.
Right.
If you're not voting, if you're not participating, you don't
Yeah.
have a seat.
Right.
And so when
Don't
decisions...
complain, basically. He
Yes.
said it in a nice way. Don't complain.
That's right. That's right. And we have
Right.
dividers like
Right.
Donald Trump, in the
Right,
news,
right,
trying to
right.
divide the community
Right,
based on whether
right.
religion or
Right, right.
So I think we really need to get out and send a
So
message.
we created a group, myself and my team, D Grant, Barmal Grant. We came up with the team. Actually, it's called America's Us. So we're gonna join.
Oh, very nice.
America's Us. We're not against any particular candidate. Whoever is coming, we just want our rights as a minority.
Yes.
We just want our voice to be heard, and we want it to be respected. Doesn't matter if you're Muslim, you're Hindu, you're Christian,
Right.
whatever you are, as long as you've been respected. And honestly, I had another gentleman on the show yesterday, last week, sorry. Last week, it was very impressive. He came up with Journey. Journey's an app, but this 25-year-old was able to get this app in Apple. So when you go on Apple, his app is there. It's called Journey.
Journey.
Now, Journey is the new hip thing because it's all about videos.
Oh, okay.
So it's a 45-second videos, but the concept, it's like Netflix.
Oh.
Netflix, you watch one scary movie, then all of a
Yes.
sudden you get all these suggestions of other
That's right,
movies.
that's right.
So it's same thing. Let's say right now it's during the race, right? So you do about all the things that you're going to do for Fremont. You're going to do all these 45-second clips. So you put it in there. So
okay.
people that are searching who they want to vote for, all your clips are going to come
okay.
up, and that's how you're going to get it.
Sounds like a cool app. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah.
It's awesome. And so I'm looking forward. You've done so much for the community for, I should say, as all these years that I see you do work. And you're a humble, typical man. You're just, one of the guys in the city. You have your regular day job, but
Yeah.
on the side, you do all these things that you're doing for Fremont. What are you looking for Fremont? I mean, I love the school systems, the families,
Yes.
but what are you looking for? What are you asking from the community?
Well, basically, like I said, I've, my family, was poor when we first started. All of us used to live in one bedroom apartment. There were 5 of us. And
Right.
I remember walking to school and the struggles that, most immigrants have.
Is this in Fremont? Or?
In Fremont, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we started, there's that apartment on Maury and Mission Boulevard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that was the cheapest apartment back in the day,
Right,
so my
right.
dad could afford it.
Right.
And so, so I used to go to Vallejo Mills Elementary, and I just felt this community was great. There were many opportunities that Fremont
Right,
gave me.
right.
It was great parks. There was diversity. People welcomed us. I got good education.
Right.
There was business opportunities,
Right.
and so I just want to make sure that the future generation has those same opportunities that I have.
Absolutely.
And I feel like affordable housing is something we need in the community.
Right.
There's a lot of people that can no longer afford live in our community. Especially in the Bay Area, the pricing of the homes has gone up
Cost
so much.
of living is high. Yeah, definitely.
And so,
but how is the job market in Fremont?
Oh,
How
it's
is it?
great. Yeah.
Okay.
So one thing we've done is we've really expanded the economy. So Fremont's, we're generating a lot more revenue. There's a lot more
Right.
taxes.
Right.
You can see the robust activity in Fremont. So
Right.
whether you go to Pacific Commons or, your local stores. So things are
Right.
really on the up and up.
I know we got Whole Foods.
Yeah, love Whole Foods. Yeah. We have
Right.
new restaurants
Right.
and,
I mean, are we building or starting a new downtown?
Yes, yeah.
Because
So-
it looks like I see all these beautiful lights,
Yeah.
the side of streets,
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got $6 million funding from the county. And so we put a new street in that's connecting Paseo Padre to Fremont Boulevard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right near Fremont Bank.
Right,
And
right.
so we got the street, we got the pedestrian access.
I take my mom for a lunch usually on Sunday. So last Sunday we drove over from this road that I thought it was brand new, and
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
so pretty with the
Yes.
sides. I said, oh wow, okay,
Yeah.
it must be new downtown for us here.
That's right. And so hopefully we get break ground on the first project, which will be soon. And so that will hopefully add to the streetscape.
Wow,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm looking forward to it because honestly, growing up, when we first came to United States, we came to San Francisco, and for me it was so difficult because I mean, in 80s, it was different. I'm not going to say my age, but in 80s
You look
was
young.
different.
Yeah.
I am young.
That's right.
I
Young-
feel young.
That's what counts.
Right.
Yeah,
A friend of mine, we're having discussion today. He goes, "You're not 16." I said, "I am.
Yeah.
I am 16. I feel 16." So I had,
Yeah.
when we first came here, there was, I felt like I didn't belong anywhere because this was what it was. I wasn't Latina. I wasn't black. I wasn't white. Where did I belong? Because there wasn't as many people as,
That's
Afghans
right.
or Persians
Yeah.
at the time. But then moving to Fremont, that diverse was around. Then as a child, it just made me feel comfortable. And just to see more people like you around.
Yeah, I think that's very important. I mean, just like you, it was harder time back then. You had to explain yourself, who you are, what are you.
Right.
Half the people call you camel jockeys. Or, I don't know if you got those comments. And so we're like, what is that?
Right. When I went to
Yeah.
Kennedy High School, this was interesting. When I went to Kennedy High School, that's when I saw all these people are like me.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people like me. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And and Fremont's on the forefront. The way Fremont is, California will be in a few years, and maybe the country. If you go to other parts of the country, it's just like you either see very like one or two races. You don't see a lot of other people.
Right.
So here
That's
you see
true.
it's like a rainbow. You see every different color, every different ethnic background, religion.
And honestly, you know what? You guys could laugh at me, and you're gonna agree with me. When you go Costco, that's when you're gonna see what that city's about.
That's
you
true.
know?
Yeah. Everybody
Because
goes to
we're-
Costco.
Yeah, families, right?
Yeah,
Families
yeah.
go Costco. So
That's
when
right.
when I go to Costco in Fremont, we got Asian community, we got Indian.
Yeah.
You hardly see. I'm sorry, you hardly see that many blondes or that many anything, but besides it's Afghans,
Yeah.
Indians, and Asians.
Yeah, I mean, I was having culture shock, and I was like, I live here,
right. So
Yeah.
that's when usually you know that what the community is about. But it's a safe community. You hardly hear anything happening. Any crime rates are. I'm assuming it's really low. I haven't
Yeah,
really
it's
checked.
it's very low, but unfortunately we had a shooting today. Two officers.
No, really?
Yeah. So two officers got shot, and so yes, it's been very safe, but today was kind of a bad day for law enforcement. Yeah.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah,
Well, things
so-
happen. So hopefully they took care of that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm bummed.
Yeah, there's a lot of good things. It's
Yeah.
been weighing on me. The one of the officers in surgery, the other one's, getting treatments, and they're still trying to get the guy who shot them. It was
Wow.
around Irvington area. And,
Oh,
yeah.
wow. That's a good area.
Yeah, it's Fremont all over. It's great. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
well,
you just never know. It's just one of those
that
things.
is, it's one of those things. You're right. I went to, gosh, 20 years I was with Kidango. So
20
that's,
years?
yeah,
Oh my God.
20 years.
Long time.
I started,
Yeah.
I was 15 years old. I started doing volunteers for them.
Really?
And it was
Wow.
so funny with Paul Miller's help. And I had amazing people there, Kate Bridesman. There's a bunch of great people that were my mentors. From doing volunteer work, I become a teacher, and then become master teacher. Then I went into Red Cross. Then I started teaching CPR and first aid because all the staff needed
Okay.
CPR, first aid, infectious disease. Then I
Yeah.
became licensed for that. And then from that, I think mid-20s, I said, you know what? Enough is enough.
You
I
paid your
I
dues.
need to go do other stuff. Yeah, but Fremont, gosh, it has changed a lot. It has grown a lot, but even Auto Mall area, it's like when you go in Fremont Auto Mall area, it's like a completely different city there.
yes, yeah.
It has been growing so much
So
with
much,
the
yeah.
theaters, with the restaurants.
That's right.
I mean, it's still new businesses. Every day I pass by, new businesses are coming.
Yeah, lots of fast casual.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
we recently approved 2 more. One's a restaurant, one's a retail. We don't know what the brands are, but
right,
there's more
right.
being added.
More
Yeah,
added.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then there's that big 100 acres across from the theater. That's another potential addition.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So-
And I'm gonna say, just because a lot of people ask me, how come Fremont doesn't have a mall? I'm like, we're cool like that. We don't need a mall in Fremont.
Yeah,
we have a lot of retail stores all around,
Yeah.
right? We have Fremont Hub.
That's right.
Right.
Well, truth be told, I think what happened was that we were going to have a mall, but it went to Newark.
Oh.
And so that's the Newark Mall. And so, I think you can only have so many malls.
Right,
But we're
right.
trying to create a pedestrian environment downtown.
Oh,
So
okay.
kind of like Castro Street
Right,
or
right. Like
Walnut
kind of
Creek.
like Santana Row kind of.
Santana Row,
yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
okay.
that's the vision.
Well, the thing is with
Yeah.
Newark, it's like in the right, it's right in the middle of Fremont.
Yes, an
It's
island.
like a,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like a little thing right in the middle of Fremont,
Yeah.
and I personally think that that's one of the things that we could. We can't go live anymore. We got filled up. One of the things with Newark is it's a sister city, just like with Union City, with Newark, with Fremont. It's really connected with each other. And
Yes.
some parts, when you give addresses, one side of the street is Fremont, one side is Union City,
That's right. Yeah.
that or Newark.
Yeah. So the Tri-Cities are kind of interrelated. So
Right,
we
right.
have some things and they have other things.
Right.
So it works out well, and we really try to support our brothers and sisters in the other cities.
Of course.
So not be
of
competing,
course.
but more try to.
No, well,
if they
it-
grow, we grow, we benefit. They will
Right,
benefit.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And honestly, most people that are in either or cities, somehow they're connected to Fremont. And I was telling the girls here at the station, I was telling them, me passing by, I pass Fremont, and then I pass Milpitas. Then when I go to my office is in San Jose.
Oh, okay.
And going to my office, I have to pass these 3 cities, but they're so connected with each other that there's so much happening that
Yeah.
really you don't miss much. But now with this new project, with the BART station and with everything happening around, I should say more towards end of Fremont, closer
Yeah.
to Milpitas. So you have things happening on this side of Fremont, then you got things happening that
Yep.
side. So once you're in Fremont, you can't leave Fremont.
That's right.
There's too much stuff happening.
Well,
yes.
I mean, when you drive by now, you see, Seagate's there, the old Cylinder building
Right.
is now Solar City.
Uh-huh.
So on your
Yes,
streetscape, you're like, wait, there's a lot of things
yes.
happening here.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
we got Tesla, we got
Yeah,
a lot of
Tesla's
good
been
stuff.
huge, yeah.
That we have a lot of good stuff happening in
We
Fremont.
do.
Yeah, and the most interesting thing is with Fremont, you just don't think it's that big, but when you get in there, there's
Yeah.
all these little things on all these corners.
That's right.
And people are involved. People
Yeah.
are really
Well,
involved.
92 square miles, so it's
Right.
a very large city. Second largest city in the Bay Area, size-wise.
Really?
And population-wise, we're fourth.
Wow, that is
Yeah.
among the area.
That's right.
That's pretty big. I
Mhm.
didn't know that. See,
Yeah.
you get to learn something every day.
Yeah.
I'm pretty popular.
You are, yeah.
I know. So the other thing we wanted to mention was I can't forget chutney, right? No, Murchi. I can't forget Murchi.
Murchi
Hi,
Cafe?
Assad.
Okay.
Yes. all my friends are watching the show. Hi,
Oh, okay.
Assad. Yeah. That area has been growing pretty well, too. I know
Yeah.
with the I don't know if there's a winery that's going on there, or is it the restaurant that's going on there. I constantly get emails about a lot of stuff coming that area too.
Yeah, like Irvington.
Is that closer to City Hall? I should say closer
Oh,
to
okay.
Fremont City Hall. That
Okay.
area.
Okay, Chutney, right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, oh, that's totally changing. Yeah, that
Right.
somebody's trying to merge a lot of those parcels
Right.
and build a nice big development there.
Okay, because I see a lot of construction happening,
Yes.
but
They're
then
adding new lanes. They're
well,
improving sidewalks.
I came to the
Yeah.
city actually because I had some investors and they wanted to build a hotel in that area, which is needed because of Washington Hospital,
That's
and
right.
people come to from other states or cities
Yep.
to the hospital. Then they need a place to stay. So I actually came to the city to one of the events because that's I have investors, so I
Oh,
might
okay.
be doing some
Oh,
project
good.
in the city.
Good. Well, let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
I think you're gonna hear from me tomorrow.
Okay, right. No problem. No problem.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for watching this show. Dr. Raj Sullivan has done a lot for Fremont, continuing voting for him. Thank you.
Thank you, Olive. Really appreciate it.
Sure.
And keep up the good work.